Member for Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as the Member of Parliament for Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke, I'm pleased to support my colleague, the Member of Parliament from Brant, regarding his motion to endorse rethinking disability in the private sector and encourage greater private-public partnerships to increase job opportunities for persons with disabilities. The Member of Parliament for Brant has a sincere interest in assisting people with disabilities. I'm pleased to acknowledge his efforts as chair of the Standing Committee on Human Resources, Skills and Social Development and the Status of Persons with Disabilities. I was also delighted with his support that he gave me on my private member's bill C-462, an act restricting the fees charged by promoters of the disability tax credit and making consequent amendments to the Tax Court of Canada. Bill C-462 was passed unanimously by all members of the House of Commons, and for that, on behalf of persons with disabilities, I thank you. This motion is very timely as it fits in with our Conservative government's focus on jobs, growth, and long-term prosperity. We have all heard of the skills mismatch in this country. Businesses all across the country are calling it the greatest obstacle to their continued growth. Our Prime Minister has called it the most serious economic issue of our time. We have hundreds of thousands of jobs going unfilled, and yet we have about 800,000 working-age Canadians with disabilities who are unemployed, even though they are capable and want to work. About half of this group have college or university education. Just under 60% of people with disabilities are in the workforce, compared to 80% of other working-age Canadians. There's a clear mismatch here. Businesses are telling us that they can't find workers with the right skills. At the same time, people with these particular skills who just happen to be disabled can't find work. Here's the crux of the matter, Mr. Speaker. We are ignoring an important source of talent. People with disabilities can be part of the answer to our skill shortage. When the panel on labor market opportunities for persons with disabilities interviewed employers across the country, they found that there was considerable openness to the idea of hiring people with disabilities. They received positive reactions from businesses of all sizes and from a broad range of industry sectors. Those employers who already had employees with disabilities were more open to hiring more people with disabilities. In fact, they were enthusiastic. They had seen how much people with disabilities contribute to their businesses. And people with disabilities are just like all workers. They are highly motivated to do well, and they work hard. They make excellent employees. The cost of accommodating a person with a disability is often quite low or even non-existent. And I said before, the panel's report makes it clear that accommodation costs are usually so manageable that they should not be a barrier to hiring a person with a disability. For a small investment, employers get very good value. For one thing, businesses with employees with disabilities have less turnover. People with disabilities can give businesses a competitive advantage. So why then are employers not hiring more people with disabilities? It must be that these workers currently do not have the skills for the jobs that are available. That is why our government is responding to this motion directly by investing in programs that will equip people with disabilities with the skills they need for the jobs that are available. In Economic Action Plan 2013, we announced that the Government of Canada will work with the provinces and the territories on a new generation of labour market agreements for persons with disabilities to more effectively connect Canadians with disabilities with employers and with jobs. These new agreements will be negotiated this year and will deliver better results by being driven by demand and have more employer involvement. We provide $222 million a year for these agreements, which support approximately 300,000 interventions every year for people with disabilities through more than 100 programs designed and delivered by the provinces. We have rewritten these agreements to better meet the needs of labor, the employers, the particular skills they need, and Canadian businesses will improve the employment prospects of people with disabilities through these programs. Economic Action Plan 2013 also maintained funding of $40 million per year for Opportunities Fund for persons with disabilities, starting in 2015 to 16. The Opportunities Fund is a subsidized job program that helps Canadians with disabilities gain the hands-on experience they need to fully participate in the labor market. Since 2006 to 2007, the Opportunities Fund has helped more than 34,000 clients develop the skills and gain work experience. Economic Action Plan 2013 proposed that employers and community organizations be more involved in the local project design and delivery to ensure a stronger link to market and the labor market needs. This will improve the outcomes for people with disabilities. Some of the other measures that were announced in the action plan include additional funding for the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, some of it which will support research related to the labor market participation of people with disabilities. It will support the creation of the Canada Employers Disability Forum, now officially incorporated under the name Canadian Business Sensibility, as recommended by the panel, and the extension of an ongoing basis of the $15 million per year Enabling Accessibility Fund, which defrays the costs of construction and renovations related to improving physical accessibility, including the addition of a workplace accessibility stream. Mr. Speaker, we want to see the private sector do more. According to the Conference Board survey, in the last 20 years, employment investment in the workplace training has declined by nearly 40%. This has hit persons with disabilities harder than most, for they often require more training. Canadian businesses spend about 35% less on workplace training than their U.S. counterparts. This is why, if we're going to tackle the problem of skill shortages, we're all going to have to pull together. Governments at all levels, employers, institutions, and yes, even individual job seekers are going to have to cooperate for the common good. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to commend the Honourable Member for Brant for introducing the motion, and I'm pleased to have the opportunity to speak today in support of his efforts. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Resuming debate.